You mentioned a couple times about prison and things like that. Are you able to kind of speak to that at all and
Oh, yeah,
what
any question.
happened?
I got nothing to hide.
I'm curious because some people listening, like you said, on YouTube, you're one of the most hated people. So some people watching, listening, there may be certain people who leverage that. What happened?
Well, they want badly to discredit me in some other area. It wouldn't matter who I was. I could
Right.
be Al Capone.
Right.
If I'm teaching the truth on creation, that wouldn't matter, okay? What happened, we had a lot of college students working at our ministry, and they'd come whenever they could for a couple hours between their college schedule. So we kept cash on hand. We paid them cash, and they paid their own taxes, okay? One of the trustees of the ministry said, Kent, Congress passed a law. If you take out over $10,000 from your bank, the bank has to fill out a form called a cash transaction report. They can fill out all the forms they want. I don't care, okay? So the drug dealers who were dealing in cash, they would go in the morning and take out $9,500, go in the afternoon, take out $9,500, and the bank would not fill out the form. They would not trigger the bank to fill out the form. So Congress passed another law in their great brilliance and says if you do 2 transactions in one day that are less than $10,000, but they total over $10,000, you have now structured your transactions to evade the reporting requirement. We never did that. Once every 2 weeks, my wife would go to the bank, take out $9,500 to keep cash on hand for paying all the bills we did around there. Okay, right down the road here. And so once every 2 weeks, several times took out over $10,000, and the bank filled out their form. I don't care about the bank filling out a form. I've never taken drugs of any kind. Never tasted alcohol. I'll be 71 in a couple days, January 15th. Okay, so when they came in and arrested me for structuring, 45 times they said, you took out less than $10,000. Yeah, we never did over 10,000. And if they did over 10, they'd fill out their form. It's a form the bank has to do. So my attorney said, Kent, don't even give a defense. There's no crime here. You didn't do anything wrong. Have you ever taken out less than $10,000 out of your bank?
Oh, yeah.
There you go. That's what they put me in prison. The judge at sentencing said, Mr. Hovind, this crime you committed is worse than rape. Normally you get 6 months for structuring. I'm going to give you 10 years. We paid the $4,000 to get this transcript of the trial so we could do an appeal. You got to do the appeal within 12 months. They waited 14 months to give me the transcript and changed it. They took out the worse than rape stuff.
Wow.
8 people signed affidavits said, I heard the judge say that. The judge, who's still on the bench down here, I believe, Margaret Casey Rogers, she's the one who did it. She was the judge in my trial, gave me 10 years in prison for taking her own money out of her own bank. The YouTube, or the website, KentHovindIsInnocent.net, has all the details. I did not commit a crime. I was saying in my seminar about how evolution is behind the New World Order. And somebody asked me in the comments, what about IRS? I said, well, IRS is a private company. It's not part of the government. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's a private company. If you owe a tax, pay it. I've never been a tax protester. I paid tax getting gas on the way down here. Okay? You paid tax when you got the bottle of water, didn't you? I'm not against it. You got to have taxes to run. I'm not a tax protester. I believe everybody should obey the law, including the government. That gets them angry. So we're still fighting it. We're going to put in a, what do they call it? Some kind of motion that says this was totally wrong conviction. It's got some Latin name. Error coram nobis. And if they're honest, they would have to overturn my case from 17 years ago, pay me damages for taking away everything for 9 years. That's going to be a bunch of money. I've never had a new car in my life. I think I'm going to buy a new motorcycle when
Nice. So you're about to be 71?
Yeah.
You look pretty young. I mean, looks like what do you do to take care of yourself?
I take a lot of vitamins and minerals. I try to avoid things that are harmful to the health. I jump to conclusions a lot. That's good exercise, Run down the boss, that's good exercise. I don't know, God's just been really good. He's been amazing.
That's awesome.
Is there anything you could have done different in hindsight to prevent what sounds like a crime?
No. I had no clue they were even looking at me, okay, because I wasn't doing anything wrong.
Right.
The U.S. attorney spent 5 years, and the reason that when they came in and said, get every DVD number 5, The Dangers of Evolution, that's the clue. That's what they're really wanting, is to shut me up. One paralegal guy spent 15 or 18 months investigating everything. He read every document. He redid the website, KentHovindIsInnocent.net. He said, they broke 100 laws to put you in prison.
Wow.
They went through 3 juries. The first two juries refused to find me guilty. They kept calling new juries till one found me guilty. Jury shopping. That's illegal.
How do they do that when they
they got the guns?
Find somebody who is compromised and
I don't
call
know.
it? Okay.
While I was in prison, they moved me 32 times.
No way.
They call it diesel therapy. They shut this guy up, hoping during transfer one of the goofy inmates will kill you or something,
So you moved 4 times a year-ish?
Oh,
5
yeah.
times? Yeah.
Started right here in Pensacola. My family could come see me, and they ended up in New Hampshire, Colorado. I was all over the place. California.
Wow.
And a lot of time locked on a bus, But hey, I held Bible study 4 times a day, led 800 men to the Lord, answered over 8,000 letters. Half the Bible's written from prison. I didn't like it. I don't want to go again, but hey, God's good.
Yeah, you made the most of it.
Yeah.